After months of war, strikes and escalating tensions, the United States and Iran are back at the negotiating table. The first round of high-level talks in Switzerland has ended with what mediators are calling encouraging progress. But while both sides have agreed on a roadmap towards a final deal, some of the toughest issues remain unresolved. Have a look at where the negotiations stand and who is holding firm on what. While the negotiators may say progress, but the road to peace between Iran and the United States is still filled with obstacles. After nearly 18 hours of intense negotiations and talks in Switzerland, Iranian and American officials have wrapped up the first round of talks aimed at turning a fragile truce into a lasting peace agreement. Mediators Pakistan and Qatar say both sides have agreed on a roadmap for a final deal within 60 days and have also opened the doors for further technical negotiations. Following the talks, Iran moved quickly to highlight what it described as key achievements. Abbas Araghchi, the foreign minister of Iran, said on X that Pakistani and Qatari mediators had helped deliver major progress towards ending the Lebanon war. He also claimed that Iran had secured waivers for oil and petrochemical exports and that some frozen assets had been released. However, behind the positive statements, the real battle has only just begun. After U.S. President Donald Trump issued several threats to Iran, both on his Truth Social account and in an interview to Fox, that prompted several reports stating that the Iranian delegation to temporarily walk away from the table. However, Vice President JD Vance, who is leading the delegation from the United States, confirmed that during a press conference that they did not walk out, but threatened to walk out.
They didn't walk out, and their technical team is still here in Bergenstock working with our technical team actually as we speak, though I imagine maybe some of them are taking a break to watch this news conference. But look, what we told the Iranians yesterday is when you guys engage in what us millennials might call trash talk, you can't expect the President of the United States not to respond and not to correct the record. There was a little bit of threatening, there was a little bit of whining, but at the end of the day, the talks continued and we made great progress.
But Iran still says trust remains the biggest challenge. Now the Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson confirmed the beginning of the technical talks.
Issuing the necessary permits for the export of Iran's oil and petrochemical derivatives and the discussion of releasing Iran's frozen assets are two important issues. These two must happen so that we can enter into negotiations for a final agreement according to Article 13 of the Memorandum of Understanding.
So where does each side stand? For the United States, the central objective remains Iran's nuclear program. Washington wants strict limits on uranium enrichment and stronger guarantees that Iran will never acquire a nuclear weapon. Iran, however, continues to insist that uranium enrichment is a sovereign right and says it will not abandon that position. The president of the country made that very clear yesterday. At the same time, Tehran is demanding the release of frozen Iranian assets and unrestricted oil exports before moving towards a final agreement.
God willing, this negotiating team will continue the talks with strength. What has been put in writing is the result of collective work. We too are contributing so that we can both secure our rights and entitlements and refuse to yield to coercion, injustice and darkness. We will not relinquish our right to enrichment, and they will be forced to accept it.
Two other major issues were also deliberated during the talks. The first is Lebanon, where Iran wants a durable ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. The second is the Strait of Hormuz, the world's most critical oil choke point. Negotiators agreed to create a communication mechanism aimed at preventing future disruptions to shipping and reducing the risk of military confrontation. With both sides claiming progress, the issue of uranium enrichment, sanctions relief, frozen assets and Lebanon remained unresolved. The hardest negotiations are yet to come. The next phase now moves from politicians to technical experts who will spend the coming days trying to turn diplomatic momentum into a deal that could actually potentially survive.